Alright, y'all. So, this is going to be out of Pembroke Pines, Florida. This is going to be about a 5-year-old who attacked a Florida teacher so brutally last week that she had to be carried from the classroom on a stretcher. Alright? So, I'm talking about what led up to this, what the school is doing, what the police are doing, and whether or not this child will face any kind of consequences. Alright? So, this occurred back on March 3rd at Pine Lakes Elementary School after a 4-year-old student and 5-year-old student began acting out. So, teacher claims that the children were throwing things around the classroom and at their teachers. Then they began flipping over chairs. Now, before I go any further, a lot of people were questioning this and saying that it's not possible. Alright, so number one, those chairs are not that heavy. Alright, I get that they were 4 and 5 years old, but those chairs are not that heavy. Alright, when I was in first grade, I remember very, very good that there was a child who had extreme anger issues. Alright, he flipped over multiple desks. Alright, and he was small. Alright, he probably weighed 60, 70 pounds at the most. Alright, he flipped over multiple desks. Alright, so it's not that hard. Alright, and like I said, it's not like they weigh 30 pounds. They probably weigh 10, 15 pounds at the most. Alright, so it doesn't take that much to flip them over. Alright, so one of the teachers took the 5-year-old out of the classroom and into a smaller cool-down room, and that's when the child attacked her. Police reports said the teacher got the school radio and called for help. When the responding officer arrived, he found the teacher sitting against the wall, appearing to be in a faint state. The officer wrote in the report that the teacher was clearly weak and dazed and needed assistance to stand up. The teacher began hacking and dry heaving, according to the officer. He requested EMS. Police report said the injured teacher continued to blink and breathe regularly, but at no point was able to vocally respond or show signs of a response. EMS ultimately took the instructor from the classroom on a stretcher and transported her to the hospital. Police report said the officer referred the matter to the Child Protective Investigations. Police initially said the child could face charges of aggravated assault with hands, fists, and feet. So, a lot of people were saying, can the child even be charged? Alright. So, in the state of Florida, does not have a minimum age for children to be prosecuted. But no states which do have a minimum age do not allow children under the age of 6 to be charged. But officials said that the 5-year-old boy who attacked the teacher will not face any criminal charges in connection with the incident. The teacher who was attacked has not been identified, nor have any additional details of her medical status been released. Alright. So, starting with the teacher, I'm sure she's going to be fine. I'm sure she's probably out of the hospital now. Now, as far as exactly what happened, do I personally think that this 5-year-old boy should be charged? Alright? Again, at 5 years old, that is a very hard age to determine a child going to jail. Alright? Now, also, at 5 years old, do you know the difference between right and wrong? Yeah, you do. Alright, you know that you're not supposed to attack people. You know that you're not supposed to be in there flipping desk and all that and throwing things at teachers. Alright, you know that. But again, if Florida is one of these states where there is no age for them to be prosecuted, alright? So I'm sure it's set up for different ages, alright? Again, that's just what I'm assuming, alright? Because I'm sure they're not going to put, a 16 or 17-year-old that's in juvenile jail with a 5-year-old. Alright, obviously that doesn't make any sense. I'm sure there's probably a section for, I don't know, 4 to 10 years old, if that's the case, alright? And then it goes on. I mean, that's how I'm assuming it would work. If Florida has, no age to be charged, you can be charged at any age. I'm assuming that's how it would work. Again, I don't know if that is the case or not, but obviously not going to put a 5-year-old in there with a bunch of teenagers. Alright, it's not going to work out for the child, obviously. But, let me know what you guys think should happen, if this child should be charged or not. A lot of people were saying that the parents need to be charged. Again, I've said this time and time again. As a parent, all right, all you can do is try your best to raise your kid. All right. At the end of the day, that child is going to do what he wants to do. All right. There's been plenty of instances of stuff like this happening, where children, teenagers have been arrested or been seriously injured doing the wrong thing. All right, and the parents actually care about their children. All right. So again, I don't necessarily believe in always charging the parents. Now, obviously, in some cases, yeah, they should be. But in this case, I don't know. Again, I don't know the parents, but they're not being charged either. But let me know what you guys think should happen. If the parents should be charged, if the child, either child should be charged, or they should be suspended from school. And like I said, I'm sure the teacher is probably at the hospital now. But if I get information on her, I'll bring that to y'all. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.